Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Zach, and how are you guys doing today? I am doing amazing, and welcome back to this commentary that I promised I would do in my previous commentary, which I will link somewhere. I don't know where. I'll link it somewhere. And if you guys missed it, go ahead and go back and watch that. I talked a little bit about myself, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that and this video. So, I don't know how you guys are doing. I'm doing just awesome, like I said in my intro. I just had a great, fantastic 2 days so far. Memorial Day was yesterday, and it was awesome. I went over to my grandparents' house, and I did a ton of stuff. It was like 90 degrees outside all day, so I got a little bit of a sunburn going on. And on top of that, I played basketball in the driveway with my brother and my cousin for, I don't know, a good hour, 2 hours. You know, worked up a little bit of a sweat. Went into his garage where he's got a basically like a gym sort of thing going on. And since I haven't worked out in a while, because I just don't really have a whole lot of access to like gym equipment, but he does, I did my chest and I did triceps, so I did benching, push-ups, stuff like that. And for not working out as much as I used to, I was really impressed with the results I got. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the feeling the next day after you do your workout when you're just sore and you don't want to move, which is kind of how I am right now. But in the back of your head, you know that you did a good job working out because this is the result. So I have that feeling right now, and I just had a really good day, ate a ton of food, which is always, a plus. And hopefully you guys all had an awesome day as well. And so far this day is turning out to be equally as good. I slept like a baby last night. It rained out, so it's not too hot. It's a little bit humid, but overall, I can deal with it, and I'm just having a fantastic day. And hopefully, like I said, you guys are as well. So, this is the 200 sub thank you video, as I mentioned before. The gameplay that you were watching today is a Ak-47 M.O.A.B on the map Carbon, and I get a M.O.A.B in it. It's kind of like a double M.O.A.B fail, because I get the specialist again, but I kind of choke, and I just get killed, and whatever, I had enough time, but then I mess it up. And throughout this gameplay, people leave, join, so there's some slow parts. And I realize this video is somewhat long, but the reason for that is just because I have a lot to talk about. And some of the things are going to be, a story time with Zach, because this is my thank you to you guys, and it's been much requested. And a couple of announcements. So let's start with the announcements. I made a second channel, mainly because I felt like I don't want to be limited to the content that I upload, but I know that people on this channel want to see M.O.A.Bs and commentaries. So what you can expect from that channel, which I will link in the description below, is basically the gameplays that aren't M.O.A.Bs but are still like super good scores, like 50 plus with specialists, under 5 deaths but no M.O.A.B, good assault gameplays, and probably some different games just in general. They won't always have commentary on them because it takes me a long time to put out a commentary. I put a lot of effort into each and every commentary. I do multiple takes. I make sure that I myself am happy with it before I upload it. And then on top of that, they just take a long time to do, Like, this is going to be a 9.5 minute video, so it's a long time for me to talk to myself. It's somewhat difficult. Look at that little gypsy corner camper there. Oh my god. White boy reference, but I don't care. I about shit myself when I saw him. But yeah, so if you guys want to, you should probably go subscribe to that. I will be uploading, I believe, about the same schedule that I upload to this channel, maybe more often just because they won't all have commentary, but believe me, the gameplays themselves will be good or great or whatever. So go ahead and check that out if you want to. And now on to the story time with Zach. So let me start off with the background behind this story. So this story takes place, I'd say, about 4 years ago, maybe 3, I can't really remember. I was about to become a freshman in high school, so that's kind of a weird time for a teenager's life. You're going through a lot of changes, and I was at my friend Tanner's house. So I've been friends with Tanner for 7 years now. I've known him since I was about 10. He's a year older than me, and I don't get to hang out with him a whole lot because he lives with his mom and then comes to his dad's, I'd say, about 4 days every month or weekly in the summer. And that's where the story takes place. In mid-July, I want to say, so it was hot out. And what we would do is we would take this big-ass tent, and then we would set it up in his backyard, because his backyard was huge. And we would take an extension cord all the way from his house, because it was an outside outlet, connect it to his laptop, put the laptop inside the tent, and then we would listen to podcasts and the radio, and do a whole bunch of stuff, play computer games. It was just such an amazing thing to do at the time. And it was so much fun. So we would listen to this podcast, and I can't remember the name of it, but you guys might in the comments down below. It had Sea Nanners, Hutch, Trumpy, and we would sit there and listen to that for hours. And at the time, like I said, we were going through changes and stuff, so of course we did some stupid shit that you look back on now and you're just like, wow, I cannot believe that I actually did that, because it was kind of stupid. So let me explain just a little bit more. His house that I was at is kind of on this hill, and it leads down to an intersection, and on this intersection there is a gas station which we used to buy snacks from, and across from that is a state police department, and then it's kind of like the main drag that leads right into town. So it had Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken, restaurants, supermarkets, the whole nine, all on that one little straightaway. And at the time, we must have heard this advertisement for Taco Bell on, maybe it was like a YouTube video or the radio or something along those lines. And basically the gist of the advertisement was this: open to 2 a.m. or later, or maybe it was 12 a.m. I'm not really sure, but at the time that this takes place, it was probably after midnight, probably closer to 2 a.m. And we put two and two together. We were like, dude, Taco Bell, we have Taco Bell in town, they're open late, it's late right now, let's go ahead and do this. So two kids get on their bikes at 2 o'clock in the morning to ride down the steep ass hill in the pitch black darkness to go get Taco Bell. So we get to the intersection, and then the gas station's right there. We make a right, we go to Taco Bell. They're not open. I'm like, oh shit. So we also try Burger King, McDonald's, every restaurant that you can think of that's fast food, and we were like, well shit. And all throughout this time we were like swerving, riding our bikes in the middle of the road because there's hardly any traffic, just being stupid kids. And of course we kind of turn around because we notice that the gas station is open 24/7 and we get snacks there on a regular basis anyways, so it can't really hurt to go ahead and get snacks there anymore, or at this time. So we turn around and we start riding our bikes, and me being a stupid idiot, I pick up a lot of speed and I hit this curb, and on the other side of this curb is normally just flat grass, but this was a ditch, and it was a drainage ditch, and I get so much air, and then I just land on my back wheel and I flip backwards, bike flies out from underneath me, I hit my my left arm really hard, and I'm like, yo Tanner, dude, I crashed. And he stops, turns around, he gets out the flashlight that we had with us because we were not totally retarded. And we didn't really notice where we stopped, I guess, and he checks me over. I have a little bit of a scrape on my arm, not too bad. I kind of brush it off, get back on my bike, and continue on. So we get to the gas station, and as we're pulling up to the driveway, or whatever you want to call it, the road to the gas station, we notice some lights behind us, and I'm not an idiot, okay? So I immediately realize, oh my god, the fucking cops are pulling over two teenagers, and I was like, oh my god. So Tanner, of course, did not notice this, and continues to ride his bike up the hill to the gas station, and I have to yell Tanner a couple times, I'm screaming his name, and he finally stops, and then two police officers that were clearly off duty get out, and they ask us, of course, what are you doing out this late? And then they go to interrogate us separately because there's two of them, and they needed to make sure that our stories matched up with each other's, and they noticed that our stories matched up, but the reason they pulled us over, this is the kicker, is because they thought that we were going to attempt to rob a propane place, because that's where we stopped, because that's where I fell off my bike. And I was just like, after they left, I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Did we really? Imagine two teenagers robbing a propane store on some bicycles and attempting to ride up this big-ass hill with some propane tanks. I was just flabbergasted. I was like, are you kidding me? So we didn't tell his parents or his dad. I didn't tell my mom. And everything worked out well. We didn't mention it to anyone. His dad doesn't watch my videos. And that has been the story today. So hopefully you enjoyed this commentary. And if you did, go ahead and subscribe if you're new. And give it a like. So, peace, guys.